Hello, I'm Aubrey Shepherd, and we're doing short takes on the 21st of December 2010. So let's see what photos I collected for today. Well, there's Joyce Hale. She was presenting for the League of Women Voters, a program recently on fracturing the ground bedrock and deep into the earth to promote the pouring forth of natural gas in Arkansas and other states. And she had a lot of slides there. I'm just showing a few things. Some of the problems that go on: sound disruption to residents and wildlife. Earthquakes may be caused by these fracturing activities. Obviously, the surface habitat and underground cavern habitat will be disrupted and destroyed. And it makes places uninviting for tourists and communities and social well-being in general. And it also allows methane and CO2 to escape and pollute the air and increase the greenhouse effect on our planet's atmosphere. So there are many reasons not to fracture, but it's the going thing for the petroleum and the natural gas industry. Okay, there's a dump truck load of rocks being prepared to dump. You can see how the undercut bank there, well, that's on the downstream side of the 11th Street crossing of the town branch of the West Fork of the White River in the town branch neighborhood. South of Brenda's Bigger Burger. Well, they dumped the rock, and you can see it was a half a truckload or something in the first fill there. And where it needs to be most is under that overhanging portion of the curb and gutter and the flange of concrete out there. Anyway, they had to use the machine to do it, and then they did a little handwork to do this. The problem is that the stream, these guys would be standing thigh deep in the water when it sometimes floods. We have several inches of rain in a few hours, especially if the ground's already wet from earlier rain, and that is a stream crossing a street as opposed to what it is at this moment in that picture, which is a street crossing a stream. So you can see they took some time and tried to use the machine, and then toward the end use their hand method of pushing some of those rocks under there to support that. Anyway, it's a major effort to try to get the water to stop eroding that area. I hope it works. Water's powerful. When it's going over there fast, it may wash significant sized stones downstream and big old chunks of concrete from torn out driveways or streets or whatever. These views you're seeing are from downstream, looking to the north, and you see how the stream looks. You may see a lot of debris up in the brush on the edges, give you an idea of just how high that water gets at times, and overflows people's yards and almost gets in some houses and does get in others. There it is from the other stream bank. That's the east side looking to the northwest, and you can see the dump truck in action again, and you can see where a pipe comes out. The water's supposed to be routed under into that pipe and come out there, but when it gets high, it's just all underwater, and water's pouring through wherever it wants to. And this land erodes. This is what's wrong with the way we manage our streams many places, is that the banks are not sturdy enough, they don't have enough vegetation, or they don't have any solid rock or stone. So things do erode away, and the soil's carried away, and the standing trees are taken down sometimes. So this is an effort which I hope works, and it's it has a legitimate chance of working, but the sad fact is that you never know till the big flood comes just how something is going to work in the effort to try to prevent erosion. That's a different place where there's water, a couple of pipes come under that road, and you can see a little flag up above. That's the edge of the road where it's caved in. There it is. So water pours off the road in there. When the water's high, it may push back up out of there as it comes through, trying to get through those little pipes. So that's highway department work. The other one was a city effort in the city to prevent erosion. So we'll be seeing maybe some pictures of that new pipe when it's completed under that highway. Till next time, this is Aubrey Shepherd asking you to do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. See ya. Hello, I'm Aubrey Shepherd. This is our second short take for the 21st of December 2010. And let's see a few more photos, maybe a few different scenes. Well, that's our other short take subject matter, but that's the only picture on this disc I believe we'll have. In case you missed it, maybe you'll get to see it another time it runs. Anyway, a world of pollinators. There's all the latest thing around Fayetteville has been the effort to protect natural areas and to connect our green infrastructure network. And there you see the significance of pollinators explained. You'll be seeing this same poster around in other places. Wreath over America, or across America. That is sponsored by the Walmart Corporation. You'll notice the words down there on the end of that truck. And they provide the wreath, and volunteers put them on the grave sites at many national cemeteries in the United States. I'm not sure, but Fayetteville has it each year these days. That's the cemetery just south of the Fayetteville National Cemetery. That's traditionally a long time, well, more than 100 years, just like the National Cemetery. It's been the Black family cemetery in Fayetteville. I don't know that there are other cemeteries that were created pre-integration. This probably went back to almost to the slave era when that cemetery was created, possibly before. Anyway, there are some of the volunteers putting out wreaths, and they're outside the National Cemetery, as you can see by the fence. They're actually over there putting the wreaths on the graves in the Oak Cemetery, the traditional Black family cemetery. And of course, there are war veterans in that cemetery as well, because they're with their relatives rather than being over in the National Cemetery. But those graves go back to the Civil War, and there are actually some veterans of the Revolutionary War probably in there, I believe, that went way back to the founding of our nation. Some people that were pretty old when they died, and that cemetery was opened in 1867. Okay, there's somebody burning leaves and also burning logs he'd taken out of a yard there. I think that's a rental property, and I don't know what the owner has in mind, but he's taken down some big trees. And of course, we discourage that in Fayetteville. We've got a tree ordinance, but you can destroy trees in your own yard the time you want, but there is this, if you're planning to develop, then you're expected to try to follow the tree ordinance that protect the existing trees until the tree administrator gets a look at your property and helps you to select the right high-quality trees to preserve. So anyway, some high-quality ones left that lot already. I'm sorry, but that was the owner's choice. And you can see that's right next to the National Cemetery, and you can see it in the back, see the cemetery in the background. There's the sign at World Peace Wetland Prairie, and if you look at the top of that picture, you can see the Pinnacle Food Plant, and there's Lauren Hawkins on the truest wetland portion of World Peace Wetland Prairie. She's trimming honeysuckle. You can see an apartment complex called Hill Place in the background. The bird of the week at my house, a week or so before Christmas, was the cedar waxwing, and these guys were really abundant. They're migrating south, and you can see a little bit of color. I tried to adjust that picture. I don't use Photoshop, but I just use the adjustments that the computer offers. And so you got to see some color, because it was a gray day when I was taking that photo there. But there were lots of those, and this is one that sat close to me long enough that I could focus on him. Well, there's Lauren Hawkins dragging out a bunch of Japanese honeysuckle. She's been trimming off the trail through there, and making it a little easier to walk through, and protect some of the native plants in the process. And there's a brush pile she's made over a couple of days. That's winter work. That's a good thing to do in the winter. You don't have to, some people may not like insects and critters, but I like to be out there most when it's, when everything's growing and alive, and you have lots of butterflies and bees and such. And that last shot was also the cedar waxwings. They were abundant lately. Till next time, this is Aubrey Shepherd asking you to get out and enjoy nature in the winter. Don't look for a lot of wildflowers this time of year, but online I've got thousands of pictures of native wildflowers and other flowers for your winter entertainment on Flickr. Till next time, this is Aubrey Shepherd asking you to do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. Did I say that already?